The moment you try to be liked, you've already surrendered the crown. People can smell it. The neediness behind the smile, the hunger behind every "no worries," the desperation behind your calm tone. And the worst part, the world won't thank you for it. It won't say, "What a kind man." It'll say, "Easy target." Respect isn't born from kindness. It's born from pressure. If your presence doesn't shake weak men and disturb the fake ones, then you are invisible, whether you like it or not. Machiavelli saw this long before social media turned us into dopamine beggars. He'd laugh in the face of likability culture. He understood that when you chase approval, you hand over power. The more approachable you are, the more permission people feel to test you, touch you, cross lines with you. Your warmth becomes their invitation to dominate. So flip it. Be cold. Not cruel, cold. Walk into a room like nothing in it matters to you. Not because you're better, but because you're indifferent. People respect what they can't read. They fear what they can't move. Don't rush to smile. Don't rush to speak. Enthusiasm? That's the energy of a man who's trying too hard to be accepted. But real power doesn't chase. It draws in. It drains energy from the room with just a look. You're not here to be liked. You're here to be felt. Your silence should make people nervous. Your gaze should make them question their words. Your presence should rearrange the social gravity of the room. This is not about arrogance. It's about psychological command. Even your body must carry this. No fidgeting, no slouching, no shifting your eyes around like a kid at a parent-teacher conference. You move like a lion, slow, precise, unbothered. And your voice, don't raise it, lower it. Let people lean in, not because they care, but because they're afraid they'll miss something. That's power. Control the tempo. Control the emotional climate. Make your calm feel like a storm on the edge of breaking. You don't need to react. Reacting means they got to you. Instead, respond. Slowly, strategically, coldly. Let your silence cut deeper than their insult ever could. Let them sit in the vacuum of your stillness, doubting themselves. Here's the truth. Warm men are liked, but cold men are obeyed. If you want instant respect, chill your soul. Let your presence freeze the air. Let people wonder if you even feel anything. Because once they start questioning your humanity, they stop questioning your strength. Speak less. Speak sharp. Speak only to shift the power. This modern world rewards noise, posts, tweets, reactions, hot takes. But loud doesn't mean powerful. Loud means exposed. Kings don't shout, they whisper, and the world leans in. Every time you speak, you rise or fall. Words aren't free, or they cost power. The man who talks constantly is the man who bleeds influence by the minute. But the one who holds his words like weapons? Every sentence cuts. Every phrase echoes. Silence makes people squirm. Let them. It's pressure. And in pressure, people crack. They start to reveal, overshare, justify. And all you're doing is sitting still, building a blueprint off their unraveling. Become unreadable. Don't always answer. Don't always explain. Let them wonder. Need to explain yourself? That's submission in disguise. They ask why you're quiet? Say nothing. They try to provoke you? Stay still. They want your opinion? Deliver it like a bullet, not a monologue. Now listen, because if you're nodding to this, it means you're ready. You're done being the agreeable one, the one always available, always polite, always trying to keep the peace. Hit subscribe to the Mind's Mirror right now, because this space isn't for the liked, it's for the untouchable. Let's keep going, because power isn't always in what you say. It's in how long you can stay silent while others squirm. The world doesn't fear the loudest man in the room. It fears the one who says nothing and still owns it. You don't need to out-talk them. You need to out-control the silence. Let their words fill the room. Let them ramble, reveal, expose. Meanwhile, you observe, map, store, because every extra word they speak gives you more leverage. You're not quiet because you're weak. You're quiet because you're loading ammunition. Speak like every word costs you power, because it does. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone who hasn't earned that access. You don't owe people your thoughts, your feelings, or your story. The man who explains too much is the man trying not to be misunderstood. And here's the truth. If they need you to explain, they've already decided not to respect you. You don't want to be understood. You want to be feared without reason. So when disrespect comes, because it always does, do not flinch. Don't react. Don't whine. Don't get angry. Respond like winter, cold, certain, and final. You don't punish with yelling. You punish with silence and strategy. Some people aren't worth your retaliation. They're not even worth a response. So instead of barking, you let the floor drop under their reputation. Quiet sabotage. Remove their influence. Turn their allies neutral. Kill their opportunities behind closed doors, and never say a word about it. They'll feel the consequences, not even knowing they came from you. And when that's not enough, disappear. Leave them with the echo of their own mistake. No closure, no parting shot, just absence, and in that absence, they'll unravel. You see, real power isn't about revenge, it's about finality. You don't strike twice, you strike once and never need to again. Because power isn't about how you make them feel in the moment. It's about how they remember you when you're not around. When your name comes up, do they sit up straighter? Do they measure their words? Do they hesitate? That's power. That's respect earned in silence. Machiavelli knew this. He didn't believe in constant battle. He believed in one blow that ends all future conflict, not with volume, with consequence. When you punish, make it surgical, public, cold, and then walk away like it never happened. Not out of pettiness, out of principle. You're not proving anything. You're demonstrating what happens to those who test you. Let one disrespect slide, and 10 more will follow. But handle the first with precision, and everyone else will fall in line. Not because they fear your temper, but because they fear your discipline. Discipline is terrifying. Stillness is terrifying. Indifference is a psychological weapon most people will never understand, but they will feel. When someone pushes for attention, ignore them. When someone insults you, respond with absence. Nothing screams dominance louder than not needing to scream at all. And if they think that makes you heartless, let them. They don't need to like you. They just need to never cross you again. That's the art. You don't demand power. You create an atmosphere so unforgiving that people offer you power just to stay safe. And remember, every room has a hierarchy. You're either shaping it or you're reacting to it. Don't play by their tempo. Don't match their emotional energy. You're not here to win their approval. You're here to control the climate of the interaction. Move slowly. Speak sparingly. Look directly. If someone seeks your attention too hard, give them nothing. If someone overshares to earn favor, stay silent. If someone tries to provoke emotion, go even colder. Indifference will do more damage than rage ever could. Still not convinced? Look around. The men who are feared, respected, and untouchable, they're not the ones shouting into the void. They're not chasing validation. They're not explaining their every move. They walk in, and people change. They speak, and the room adjusts. They leave, and people exhale like a threat just passed. That could be you. That should be you. But first, you must kill your addiction to being liked. You must silence the voice inside that begs for understanding. And you must embrace the role no one wants to play, the one who doesn't need anyone. From this moment forward, your silence is not passivity, it is calculated. Your stillness is not weakness, it is readiness. Your coldness is not cruelty, it is clarity. So here's your law. You don't react, you don't explain, you don't chase, you build presence that cannot be ignored. And when you speak, it's final. Let them laugh. Let them misunderstand you. Let them underestimate you. Because the moment they realize who you really are, it'll be too late. And if this felt like truth to you, not advice, but recognition, then you already know where you belong. Subscribe to the mind's mirror. This is where silence becomes power and cold presence becomes legend. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And never forget, respected men are rarely liked, but they are always remembered.